also the tallest, and maybe the strongest. Everything about the captain is impressive. Now she was standing at the bottom of the stairs. She had on her birding vest with all the little pockets and her birding hat with its wide brim, and she wore her binoculars around her neck. She was patting all the pockets of her vest like she was looking for something. Moneypenny already had 2 naps this morning, I said, which wasn't technically true, but might have been. She's all napped out. Said the captain, and she looked like maybe she was going to say something else. But just then, Nanu came out of the kitchen carrying a big paper bag, the kind you get from the grocery store, and held it out. "Here you go, Captain," Nanu said. "There was just enough olally berry jam left to make your sandwiches. And there's hard-boiled eggs in a thermos of tea, and fruit, of course." "Thank you, Agnes," said the captain. Then she asked, "Have you seen my compass?" The captain was one of the smartest people I'd ever met, but she sure did misplace things a lot. Fortunately, Nanu was great at finding things. You know that saying about how someone might lose their head if it wasn't screwed on? I don't think the captain would ever forget her head, but she forgets most everything else, except her binoculars. A bird watcher wouldn't get far without those. "I found the compass on the dining room table and slipped it into your lunch bag so you wouldn't forget it," Nanu said. "Ah," the captain said. "Thank you." She took the lunch bag. It looked heavy. Nanu picked up her bright yellow hat from the entry table and pushed it firmly over her curly hair. I like Nanu's hair. I hope that one day when I'm really old, mine will be silver and gray and white and brown like hers. "Agnes," said the captain, frowning, "your hat has so much cat hair on it that it's practically meowing." She set her lunch bag on the front table, took the hat from Nanu's head, and opening the front door, shook it until Matzo Ball's peachy perfect fuzz rose from it in a cloud. "The fusillade of fur is really becoming a problem," she continued. "It gets everywhere. Something needs to change." She handed the hat back to Nanu. "He barely drops any fur at all," I said, ignoring the captain's showy big words. Matzo Ball must have heard us talking about him, or maybe he just heard the front door opening. Either way, he appeared like a bolt of silent orange lightning and darted outside. He stopped still, all his perfect whiskers pointing forward. Something was rustling around in the front bushes, and Matzo Ball was going to do his best to sneak up on it. He took one silent step forward, then another. The captain's big square hands reached down and grabbed him just before he leaped into the bushes. "Oh, no you don't," she said. "Meow," said Matzo Ball, insulted. "He wasn't going to hurt anything," I said. "He was just exploring." "Tell that to the bird I pried out of his jaws the day before yesterday," said the captain. She carried Matzo Ball back inside and dropped him unceremoniously on the rug. I could tell from the way he twitched his ears that he was irritated, but he stretched out a leg and began to groom it, pretending that he didn't care at all about the captain. "Harriet," she said, "I've told you at least 6 times that you must keep a better watch on this feline of yours." I know that feline is just a fancy word for cat, but it was the way the captain said it that I didn't like. I dropped to my knees and scratched the top of Matzo Ball's head to distract him from the insult. "I always know exactly where Matzo Ball is," I said, which was a lie. It's basically impossible to always know where a cat is. They are very particular about their private time. But the captain wasn't listening to me. "Agnes," she said to Nanu, "I really do wonder if the cat..."